We've got some trade rumors flying in just hours before the start of the NFL draft. Jordan Schultz saying 2 Browns players believed to be available for trade: Greg Newsome and Ogbo Okoronkwo. So these are names that we've talked about before on the channel. I think the Browns are letting people know, hey, for the right price, these guys are attainable. Newsome is entering his 5th-year option. It's a fully guaranteed $13.3 million. I could see Newsome being flipped during, before day 2, maybe during day 3 of the draft for, I don't think you're going to get more than a 5th-round draft pick. It'd be dependent on how much of the salary the Browns are willing to eat to get better draft compensation in return. As for Okoronkwo, he's also entering a contract season. He signed a 3-year deal. Really has not lived up to, I wouldn't even say the hype, but what the Browns were hoping for. And I think they really like what they have going with some of their younger guys coming up the ranks a little bit. So would not rule out an Okoronkwo or a Newsome trade. I think both these rumors have some serious legs to it. It just comes down to whether or not the Browns get an offer they feel is fair and they like enough. So no guarantees on this front, but definitely not something to just brush aside and go, oh, this is just speculation, this is just chatter. No, I think there's some real substance to this here. So keep an eye. If a team misses out on a corner, which there's some good corners in this draft, but it's not one of the deeper ones. It is a deep edge rusher class. Like the best defensive line, the best position group in this draft is defensive line. So you might have a tough time moving out from Okoronkwo. I could see the Browns doing is, hey, we'll toss an Okoronkwo as a sweetener to move up in the draft, right? Not as a, hey, what can we get for Okoronkwo? So those are some trade rumors to keep an eye on. Both these new trade rumors came out after I finished filming my video for today. So what I'm going to do right now is throw it back to old me from 30 minutes ago before these trade rumors came out. So back to old me and what I thought would be the beginning of the episode. The wait is over. It is draft day, and we're going to break down the latest Cleveland Browns draft rumors here on the Browns Report at home before I go into the office for round 1 of the 2025 NFL Draft. So let's go with the first rumor coming out right now from a few folks at ESPN, Tom Pelissero as well, saying it is unlikely the Browns trade pick number 2, which is verbatim what I said on yesterday's show, that I'm sure the Browns wanted to see if anyone would give them a huge offer they couldn't refuse, and no one is doing that. So I expect the Browns to stay put at number 2, and around 8:30 to 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to hear Roger Goodell announce with the 2nd overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Travis Hunter, wide receiver and cornerback, which is going to be a first for draft history. And we're going to get Travis Hunter season and era underway. And I'm excited for it. The guy's a unicorn. The guy is special. We've never really seen anything like this. And it's going to be fun to have that on your team, right? Everyone likes to be the talk of the town. And Travis Hunter is going to sell jerseys. He's going to bring eyeballs. He's going to get butts in seats. And he's hopefully, most importantly, going to improve this team because he went to Jackson State and him and Shedeur Sanders helped elevate that team. Go to Colorado and they helped elevate that program as well. So I'm excited for Travis Hunter. I think Daniel Jeremiah said it best on Part of My Take. He's going to major in offense and he's going to minor in defense. So we're going to see Hunter play wide receiver in a, 80% capacity probably. And then on defense, at least early in his rookie season, probably see him go out there and play DB 5 to 10 snaps a game, a couple of third downs, maybe in the red zone on 3rd and goal from the 10, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, your guess could be as good as mine. This is, completely foreign. It's uncharted waters. We've never seen anything like this. But Travis Hunter, you are going to be a Cleveland Brown, and I can't wait to see how that looks and what that, ultimately entails and what they have in store and what they have planned for this incredible phenom that is Hunter, who, by the way, if I'll just, pump his tires a little bit more, there's a lot to like about Hunter. Something that's been, coming up a lot when talking about the do-it-all Colorado man, he's one of the best just people in this draft class. I mean, he's a no-nonsense guy. He's not getting into any kind of trouble. There's no red flags. There's no character concerns. I think he had this great quote about, hey, there's only so much time in the day. How are you going to be able to meet with offense and defensive coaches during the week of practice, which was, something I proposed as a potential, logistics nightmare and just impossibility. You can't be at two places at once. You can't be in the offensive meeting and the defensive meeting. Hunter said, I'm a fisherman. I get up at 5 a.m. every single day. So that's someone who gets a lunch pail and is out there from, sun up beyond sundown. So can't wait for Travis Hunter in Cleveland to get underway. That's the first thing I want to talk about. We're going to look at my own mock draft and one more trade rumor. It's the Browns trading on number 2 seems unlikely, but they could be trading back into round 1 in a second here. Quick reminder, we'll be live in a few hours here for round 1 of the NFL draft, so make sure you come hang out with us. We're going to have free coverage, pick-by-pick analysis, giveaways. It's going to be an absolute blast, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and I'll see all of your beautiful faces tonight for round 1. Okay, now, Adam Schefter said that Denver has been shopping pick number 20. They've been getting interest for the second overall pick. I interpret that as the Broncos want everyone picking behind them to know if you'd like to trade up and get a quarterback, because the Steelers at 21, right behind us, might take your man, you should call us now. So with the Browns picking at 33, if they are in love with Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe, and they are terrified that Pittsburgh, their arch rival, could take him, and they'd have to play that quarterback twice a year, which would give Barry nightmares tonight. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility the Browns jump from 33 to 20, given that that is a spot that is open for business, and, a nice benefit is right in front of the Steelers. Here's my prediction. I don't think that happens. I don't think the Steelers take a quarterback at 21. I don't think the Browns move back into round 1 to get a quarterback. I think just one team trades back into round 1 to get a quarterback. The New York Giants. Joe Shane and Brian Daboll are desperate. That's not a secret. They know it. Everyone knows their jobs are hotter than anyone else right now. And so with them securing Abdul Carter most likely at pick number 3, I feel that they are going to take a swing and move back into round 1, maybe somewhere around 20, but maybe more like around 26 or 24 with the Vikings and the Rams pick, and get Shedeur Sanders. That's my prediction, is that the Giants trade back into round 1 for a quarterback. So Broncos pick number 20 is up for sale. I don't think Cleveland moves up, but that's a possibility if you're curious what's going on in that front. But watch for the Giants, and I think the Browns stay put at 33 and go with Jackson Dart. So with that being said, let me show you guys my final mock draft, and we'll kind of just run through it together. Okay, so got it on screen now, filming from my kitchen. Cam Ward, first overall. Travis Hunter, second overall. Abdul Carter, third overall. Will Campbell. The draft kind of starts at 4 because everyone expects the top 3 to go as I put it. I think the Patriots are just going to beef up their offensive line for Drake May. They invested a ton defensively during free agency. You could go Mason Graham, but to me, I feel that taking a, surefire, at least guard, but possibly tackle in Will Campbell is a very smart, safe play at number 4. This is where things really could go any direction. The Jags at 5. I'm just going to preface with, I don't really have a lot of confidence in my own mock draft here, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to go with Tyler Warren. I think that the mindset for Liam Cohen will be, let's invest in Trevor Lawrence. You could go Ashton Genty at this spot. It's a very deep running back class. So they might feel Warren and then like Travion Henderson in round 2, Caleb Johnson, Quinshon Judkins in round 2. That's a better combo than Genty in round 1 and like insert Mason Taylor tight end in round 2. 6, I go with Armand Membu for the Raiders. They've got to help their offensive line. It was dead last in the NFL last year across all types of rankings, and all they did was sign Alex Kappa in free agency, who stinks. So, Mizzou, Tiger, right tackle, Membu, you're a Raider. The Jets, they get screwed here because Membu or Warren is their guy. And with them both gone, I think they go offensive line. I think they reach on Kelvin Banks. I don't think this is going to be a good pick when they look back at it, but I think they go offensive line. Then the Panthers at 8 get Mason Graham, who I think is going to fall a little bit more than people expect. He could go all the way to 11 to San Francisco. The Saints go with Jalen Walker. The Bears get Ashton Genty at 10. Watch for Chicago to trade up for Genty. I'm going to put that out there. They have 2 second-round picks they can use. The Niners get Walter Nolan. Their interior defensive line was bad last year. Shout out Jordan Elliott. The Cowboys select Tet McMillan, who could go as early as 5 and as late as like 22 to the Chargers. No one knows where he's going to end up. The Dolphins go with Jahdae Barron. Will Johnson, the Michigan corner, was the popular pick. There are a lot of medical concerns popping up right now, so I think he could slip. Then the Colts land Colston Loveland. I love that pick for them. Atlanta addresses their pass rush with Marshall's Mike Green, the FBS sack leader. Cardinals get Will Johnson, who I think could be their next Patrick Peterson. I think Johnson's going to be a phenomenal pro. Bengals add Malachi Starks. Kind of reminds me of Jesse Bates in some ways, which I think Cincinnati misses. The Seahawks could go in a handful of different directions, but I'll play the coach here, and defensive-minded guy, Jahad Campbell, versatile chess piece. Not as versatile as Jalen Walker, but I like him still. He goes to the Pacific Northwest. The Buccaneers, I'm going to say go with Emeka Egbuka. Chris Godwin re-signed, but Mike Evans is getting old. Godwin's had a lot of injuries recently. Why not get an offensive player for Baker? Then at 20, I got Denver going with Omarion Hampton. If it's not Hampton, watch for Travion Henderson from OSU. Pittsburgh, I think, just finds their next Cam Hayward in a way with defensive tackle Kenneth Grant, 330 pounds, and he moves fast. Chargers go with Matthew Golden, great pick. Green Bay adds to their offensive line with a player that can play all 5 positions. I don't think the Vikings pick at 24, but I didn't want to do too many trades, so I'll take Nicky Manwari for them. Their safeties, or their entire DB room last year was up and down. Then we got the Texans going with the best interior offensive lineman in Tyler Booker. I've got the Giants trading up for Shedeur Sanders with the Rams. Ravens select James Pierce out of Tennessee. Lions go with the best athletic defensive end in Shamir Stewart to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. The Commanders take 16.5 sack Boston College defensive end Donovan Azaroku. We've got the Bills selecting Trey Amos because they had a lot of departures in their secondary. The Chiefs find their long-term left tackle in Josh Simmons. And the Eagles get another Georgia Bulldog in Michael Williams. All right, that's going to do it for our at-home edition of the show. We're going to be live in a few hours, so come back then for a complete free coverage analysis of the 2025 NFL Draft.